All right, all right. We are live. Yo, yo, yo. Tell me what you know. Welcome to the Sunshine Show. Woo! You guys. I have the most special guest in the house tonight. I have the most fabulous, the most amazing, the most beautifully talented, the most Bowie of them all. We have Crila LaForest in the house with special guest Momo. Oh, whoops, sorry about that. Crila, how are you doing, girl?
I'm awesome. Thank you so much, Sunshine. It's a pleasure to meet you. It's a pleasure to be with you tonight. It's so cool that you invited me on your spectacular show. I couldn't be more excited.
Oh, we are so happy to have you here. And we have special co-host Momo in the building.
What's up, girls? What's up, Sunshine? What's up, Crila? How you doing,
Hi,
y'all?
Mama. So nice to see you live on Facebook.
Right on.
You guys, we are having a whole party tonight. Krilla's birthday is actually in a couple of hours. And so this is a real party. I love all of you. Thank you for hanging out. Let's get the party started. What is up, Paul? What is up, Scott? What is up, Don? We got the whole fam bam in the house. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. You know how this works. Crila, for those that may not know who you are, could you give us a brief introduction?
Well, let me see. I'm a multimedia artist, so I wear a lot of hats. I started off as a painter, then a musician, and then a photographer, and now I've delved into 3D, into the wonderful world of 3D. So it's kind of like a melting pot of creativity, And with my amazing soulmate Momo, we've been able to kind of like create this life of artisticness that never ends. So we're always reinventing ourselves. So in 3 months time I may be saying another hashtag, but for now, yeah, that about sums it up.
Wow, can I just say how absolutely stunning you are?
You Thank you so much. You're so sweet. And I feel the same about you. You're so hot, so pretty, and you're so inspiring and fun, and you have so much positive energy. It's great. I can already see this is going to be like a a back and forth kind of love fest.
I know. I love it so much. You guys, this beautiful woman right here who looks like she is like 18 or 19 is celebrating, what was it, your 50th birthday tomorrow?
55. Yeah.
55. You guys, look at this woman real quick.
Thank you so much. Yeah, 55. It's funny because, aren't we lucky to be living in this day and age? Like, I think maybe 20 years ago, we couldn't have said that, right? It would have been like a horrible thing to say out loud. Like, you couldn't say your age now. I really wear it like a badge of honor, because like 55 to me is so, it's big, it's big, but at the same time, it's nothing, but at the same time, it's very, 55 to me is like, okay, I've earned the right to, to be here. It's like, I've done the things, I've tested the waters, I know who I am, and, I know what the world is about. And it's like, I finally feel like I have the right to my voice here on earth. It's crazy, eh?
Wow, that is just amazing. Y'all, I am just stunned, like literally. Aww, and I'm sorry, I'm fangirling right now, but as a woman, like, we always think aging is like this awful thing or something, and I'm sitting here looking at you like, oh my God, could I be just like you when I grow up?
Well, it's a combination of so many different things, but I think you just touched upon it a little bit, is that you have to you have to see it with an open mindset. You have to like be positive, which you already are. You're like you are nothing but, I mean, your name, sunshine, and you have to attack it with a lot of positivity, no matter what's going on in the world, no matter what's happening around you. It's a gift. It really is to be alive. I mean, what are the chances that, the universe has like mushed together to create like a human being? And so we have to be grateful every single day. And I think that's a big part of it. And of course, love, having the love of my life is, is such a, I was going to say the F word. I don't know if I can, but it's such a gift.
Yes, it is
It's
all.
so-
Or I meant it's nighttime, baby, so we could say fuck if we want.
But it's such, I mean, having the love of my life and having, being able to create with him and grow with him. And, he is such a big part of my, my accomplishments and my growth. And, it's amazing. So that's part of it too. Love is a really, really, really big part of it.
Love does heal,
Yeah.
everybody. Momo, my special co-host Momo. Now, you guys, I hope you were able to catch me and Momo's 2-hour show. I think it was last week or the week before. We had an absolute blast. And Momo's actually married to Crila, and like, what? Oh my God, you guys are absolute goals. Tell me, what is it like living with this amazingly talented, beautiful, and kind-hearted woman?
Wow. Look, like you said, after it becomes like second nature, like you're kind of with yourself, but if you had like multiple dimensions, like, because we're not just together like for almost 40 years now, but it's like almost 40 years, like 24/7. We work together, we're always together. So you either find a way to make that work and keep evolving, or you'll hit hurdles and stuff like that. But honestly speaking, like, we do not fight, and if we do, like I like to say, it will always be my fault, and it won't last very long.
Oh,
And
that's
it'll
funny.
usually be because of some motivational thing where I'm a very organized kind of person in my head when it comes to trying to say, okay, we're going to do something, let's get this done. And when things start to shift and stuff like that, I might like,
Yeah, and I always need a catalyst. It's like I always say, I always need a new lamp before I redecorate the room. You know what I mean? It has to come from like a catalyst. I don't know if you know what I mean.
Sure.
So I guess that's what he means. I always need like, a deadline or something to like push me to, to go to the next level. And in our creative life, going to the next level is so part of everything we do. It's crazy. It's like, if it's the same, Momo will find a way to like push the barrier and push us through to another level of our creativity and our relationship. So
we
it's
kind of
awesome.
discussed it like last week a little bit when it comes to doing stuff that like no one told you to do, like the self-educational part, right? Well,
Sure.
in this case, I am like the most fortunate guy in the world that I found another person that actually feels the same way about that, right? So what happens is like it doesn't take much. It could be a title, it could be an idea, a color, to send us in the whole motion that could take people maybe years, but we'll do it by the end of the week, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And that becomes part of our relationship. And I guess part of the fuel and growing admiration for being able to tackle those challenges together,
Yeah.
of the unknown. You know what I mean? Because I think that's it, right, Curly? Like the unknown, because like when you're with somebody this long, you usually say, "Oh, I fucking know everything about this person." And that's very different than saying, "I know this person really well."
Totally.
Knowing, because you and I, we're still discovering new shit about each other.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
you
And
know,
like, even, how can I put like, even this, doing this, live interview with you, it was so unexpected and left field for me because I'm in the middle of, oh my God, if I could, like, I've been sleeping at 5, 6 a.m. every night to try and finish this project, but I know that every time Momo says, "Oh, guess what? I'm putting you, in a new situation." It's always something wonderful, and I'm so excited to be here with you.
And I'm so excited that you are here with me. Let's check out who's in the chat really quick. Thank you guys all for hanging out with us. We got Paul from Colorado. We got Scott Weiss in the house. We got
Hi, Scott.
we got Dave. We got Mama Cantu.
Is that your mama?
It is.
Hello, the woman who brought the
hello.
sunshine onto the earth. How you doing?
Nice
We
to
have
meet you.
Thank you, thank you. We have Reyes Cisneros from Taos, New Mexico. We have Lindsay in the house. We have the whole fan band. We got Johnny Bass. We have a lot of the family from Sunshine and the Bass Kids. If you guys are not already members, I'm going to drop the link for you in the chat. Join today. You guys, we are just getting this party started. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. You know how this works. So, Crila, tell me. So last time when I talked with Momo, he told me about your career as a singer. So you guys are in Canada.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about your history as far as when you were doing your singing and those projects.
Well, to tell you the truth, it's like everything that I do, whether it's singing, I think that it's always to try and communicate something, invisible, something that we all share that we can't necessarily put words on, or so, the singing to me crosses over with the 3D work or the artwork. It's all connected to me. It's really funny because I'm not able to really disassociate myself as an artist. Like I know I say I wear different hats, but to me, it's almost like the same story that continues,
Sure.
And so we've had a lot of bands and we've done a lot of shows. We even did the Bell Center at one point, which was amazing. It was so fun. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like a big, what would you call that, Momo?
Well, I guess it's like, Dodger Stadium or like one of these.
Yeah.
It's like the big place where
it's the big place. Yeah. So that was kind of the pinnacle of I guess our musical kind of like thing in Quebec. But we've all
you're being a little bit like no,
you
like
tell it, Momo.
no, we honestly, Crila was one of the people, the women, okay, that really showed other people out there the power of women when, shall I say, most men and other people were a little more ignorant to just what a woman can actually do, right? So, you really didn't see too many girls at that time saying, okay, well, I'm going to take my own pictures. I'm going to build my own website. I'm going to
That's true.
record my own voice, right? I'm going to produce my own record, right? All at the same time, right? So
yeah, but not all girls have a secret weapon called Momo.
So
you know what I mean?
Momo's the secret weapon.
He's my secret sauce. He really is. I mean, without him, he pushes me to the level. And you know what? In the end, this is what this is all about. Like it is a love story, Yeah, it's a lot. It's about creativity. It's about music. It's, and he's right. Like we were doing a lot of, we were, I think we did the first reality kind of like website thing here. We did a lot. We pioneered a lot in this town, but it was all, honestly, this is a love story. And I hope that, I hope somebody else gets to tell our story when we're not here anymore.
Well, because it's a really interesting one, right? It's an interesting one because I'm telling you, it's a combination of a relationship, a guy and a girl seeing each other's potential, deciding that we both like music, which is how it started, right?
Yeah.
And then creating situations that were beyond our capabilities at the moment that we decided to challenge and
So
hit
well
that thing,
said.
right? I always like to say, if you can get paid while you're learning to do what you wish you can do that you don't know how to do yet, and by the time you deliver, that means it's like you went to take the course to figure out how to do what you wish you could do, but somebody paid you to do so. And then by the time you're done, they think and they know and you know that you were able to do it, and you did. You see,
And
so
that's really the basis of everything that we've ever, like, endeavored. It's
I was
crazy.
telling my friend Scott the other day, because we were talking about like the beginning of a career, like when you first don't know how to do something and then you want to get into it, right? And we were discussing, like, when do I say no? When do I say yes? You see what I mean? Because in the beginning, a lot of people will say yes to stuff,
To everything, yeah.
but just get the experience, and then they'll over yes themselves, right? And all of a sudden, ooh, God, you could be mixing all different kinds of crowds and situation, and you don't fucking know who you are anymore because
Right?
there's just too many emotions and points of views. And I told him, I says, Crila didn't even know how to take a picture. And when she decided to go out and try and become a photographer, her first audition, right? Some guy looked at her and said,
Oh my God. It was
Tell the story.
horrible.
It was all about shooting vulvas, right? And nothing but women's private parts. And it was
Yeah.
like, and she said, what? She wanted to do fashion and beauty, right? And
Yeah.
so it went there, and I explained
And
to him,
what's funny about that story is that, well, see, in Quebec, like, how can I put this? All of the magazines and the TV shows, they're all kind of like owned by the same kind of like umbrella, right? So I went to the umbrella place thinking they'll recognize me as this great fashion like visionary, right? But they didn't. They saw, they said, well, we have this opportunity in this little tiny kind of like sphere of a magazine, and you could do breasts and vulvas, right? I was like, so I was like, well, and I remember like coming home, I was in a cab with my assistant and I had said no to the guy, and I was so depressed, and I was like, well, there goes that dream, and honest to God, like a couple of weeks later, I get a call from the freaking top fashion magazine, and they want me to do a test for them. So if I had said yes, that opportunity would have maybe not come.
slaughtered
So,
reputation right there. Well, not
no,
slaughtered.
no,
You
no,
would have fallen
because
into a different category. You would have been
that's
the
it.
girl who shoots breasts and vulvas as the first
Which
impression.
there's nothing wrong to do that. Like nothing wrong at all. It wasn't just it was not what I wanted to do. So, so I think that's amazing too, because every time you say no to something, you leave exactly. It opens up another door somewhere else. And every compromise, we like to say, it costs you like 2 years. Every time you do something that you don't really want to do, but you do it for the money or because it costs you 2 fucking years, right, Momo?
Oh yeah, minimum
Yeah.
2 years is out the window, and 2 years, that's if you work hard. But if
Yeah.
not, if you're kind of scattering your rest of your life in that shit, then what happens is 2 years goes by like this, boom, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden you what the fuck did I? What did you
What the hell? Yeah. And the money spent, so it wasn't worth it. So you have to stay on path, whatever it is that you're dreaming of. It doesn't mean don't fluctuate and don't be open to the unknown, and don't be because anything can happen once you open up that door to yourself,
expanding,
but
right? When you expand over a period of years, I think it's like our relationship, right? We're not tired of each other at all. As a matter of fact, it's like
never.
right? So,
Yeah.
Go get a room. Go get a room.
no, but no, it's an energetic thing.
Yeah.
People can feel it, like if we're in a room together and stuff. And we don't. She could be completely on the other end, and I won't be there. I'll be on the other end, and we won't even see each other, and they'll know because it's that when you spend. You know what happened the other day?
What happened?
I woke up
Oh,
and I said,
that was fucked up.
I said, man, I got this
That-
Emil and the Sniffer song jam scrapped in my head. I say to myself, now there's no reason on earth that I should have had that song pounding in my head all night.
And I woke up and I was about to sing it, and then he says that, and I'm like, okay, that's fucked up. Your thoughts came, it's like literally
It was in her
came
head
into my
all
brain.
night. It was in
That's-
her head all night, and she gave it to me. So I think what happens is at one point you truly do become telepathic.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's
You
definitely.
don't have to do too much talking to get anything done. It just
Dude, that happens with me and my mom so much. It's creepy. Like
That's
she'll like
amazing.
say something, and I'll be like, please stop it, because I was literally just looking, at this or whatever. Like it's crazy. So I absolutely believe in that.
Yeah.
1000%.
Brilliant.
I want to look really quick at who we have here in the chat. We have a lot of family here. Thank you guys all for hanging out with me, Crila and Momo. If you guys have any questions, please drop them in the chat. Lindsay says, can I just point out the absolute beauty on this screen right now? Like, Crila, OMG, we are all in love with you. Okay.
Stop
like
it. She's talking about you.
No, ma'am. Okay.
I have to can I tell you though, the day that you interviewed Momo, I was supposed to be working, and I had, the Facebook on, and I couldn't stop watching you guys. Like the vibe between you guys, first of all, it's like you knew each other forever. Now I see that, you're like that anyways, but it was so fun to watch you guys, and, to watch your show is amazing.
Thank you. And now we have you on this show, and we are so stoked. And for everybody that's just joining us, Crila is celebrating her 55th birthday tomorrow, you guys. We're having a big ass party. We are going to sing her happy birthday before we end the chat. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. You guys are a true love story, and it just makes my heart go pitter patter. You are like goals, and I know that it can come true. Like you just have to wait and be patient, right? I'm hoping.
Yeah, and you have to also like when I met Momo 40 years ago, almost 40 years ago, I met this person who was super spiritual, and I was 18 by then, and I was just not having the male population for some reason. It was just not working out. And he told me, you have to ask the universe for what you want. And, I was already really spiritually open, but I had never thought about asking the universe for what I want. And, so I wrote down like some stuff, and I put it away. Didn't think about it anymore. And then one day I'm in the subway, and then this guy just like keeps staring at me, and I'm staring back at him, and we have this crazy connection. And I'm telling you, it was like insane. I got off the subway, he got off at the same stop, and we started talking. And that day I said to everyone, I just met the guy I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. I just knew. It was crazy. So it's love at first sight does exist. It definitely exists. But you also have to, because this was in relation to what you were saying about waiting for things to happen. I think the word is you have to receive. You have to be in a position to receive it, which is a very different thing than waiting for something. Because when you wait for something, it could be anything, and it's more randomized, as opposed to if you specifically put thoughts or your ideas and your wants and your desires into the universe, and then you put yourself into a reception mode, then that's when you're probably more likely to get what you want.
I never even thought about it that way. Like somebody would say, like when you said the word wait, like do you wait?
Yeah.
So that would mean that the person who is waiting has had a bunch of other situations that didn't work out, right?
Yeah.
And that means they're waiting for one to work out. Or does it really mean that they just didn't deal with what they had to deal with in the past relationship that would have possibly fixed that relationship?
Mm.
because as time goes on and one keeps searching, it's easy to let the people that in the wake become more and more of the problem. You know what I mean? Than
Yeah,
possibly you being the problem. So, like, if her and I have ever hit any kind of disagreement or any kind of thing, there's no buildup here, right? Like, what happens is like, okay, well, we have a problem. Boom. What is it? Okay, this, like that, like that. Okay, is this done? Thank you very much. We never talk about it again, and it's over.
yeah, that's the other thing. You know how like people always say, oh, you have to communicate, you have to talk, like to a point.
I like that, to a point.
Don't freaking over talk things either, you know, you have to like keep the mystery a
Well,
little bit, like,
that is
right?
because the way, like, her and I wake up every morning laughing our asses off. Number one. Number
Yeah,
two, we're always telling each other how we feel about each other, how we love each other every day,
yeah, yeah,
right? So I would imagine that if people are always bickering and shit, it's because they're looking for that to start with. Because if
that's
they had
it.
that, they wouldn't be bitching about that. And what's have, right? Like, I mean, I believe that everybody has the chance to expand on the initial spark, right? And when I call it the initial spark,
I
it's
love
because
that.
that's what it is. When you first meet somebody that you supposedly click with, there is a spark, and then there's the follow through, right? Sometimes it's a slower buildup. Go out on a couple of dates. You know, it's a mind thing first. Other times it becomes, you know, a sexual frenzy at a first thing, and then maybe there's not much to do with the mind even when it comes to that after, right? And probably somewhere in between. So,
You're
but
so
really,
cute.
that shit doesn't fucking matter. None of it matters. You know what?
Yeah,
Because you have to learn how to only worry about what matters to you without being selfish to the rest of the world, without being detrimental to others, and be willing to step out of your bubble and help somebody else if the situation arises. But if you're locked up doing your thing, then you can't see other people because you're doing your thing. So that means that while you're there, why are you thinking about all this other shit? This is what I was telling her today, right? I was saying, I just realized that everything, fucking news, all this fucking bullshit that's happening out there,
oh
all
yeah,
people are going, did you see this? Did you hear that? All this shit, right? Guess what, people? Newsflash. All that stuff has always been going on. It's just a little louder today because it is the trend for everybody's brain and eyeballs to be zeroed in on information.
totally, totally.
And sitting there, how shall I put it? It's not giving, if it's not giving you energy, love, if it's not making you a better person, then maybe you shouldn't be listening or looking at it and see what happens.
It's a big
Right?
lesson.
That's
That's
all
a
I'm just
really,
saying. No
yeah.
insulting of anybody
No,
or
no, no,
any
no.
single thing. It's about the individual and what makes them feel good. I'm not saying, you know, let's not be compassionate, let's not be giving, let's not be believing.
Yeah.
But in the end, hey man, we're here right now, and there's only one destination we're all going, into the fucking hole in the ground, my friend. And with all due respect, you decide whether you don't care because this is your life and you do what you want, or you decide that you're leaving something behind.
Yeah.
Something behind that has the values, the love, and the respect, whether you are a fucking player, a lover, it's a relationship, it's a business, it's your food regimen. You just got, it's fun being like forgetting that all this other, like when you've seen it all, what are you going to do
Definitely.
with it?
Definitely.
How many fuzz pedals can you use?
I don't know, Momo. How many
I'm
fuzz
just
pedals
saying,
can
like,
you use?
in the end, you're going to pick a couple of them, and they're the ones you're always going to go to when you record and you play live. So it's nice that you have 10 billion fuzzes, and maybe on this day you want a different one. But let's be honest, you know, shrinking down to the
Wow.
necessity is what it's about.
Totally.
Anyways,
Oh man, I
We're
just
talking so much, aren't we?
no. I love this because it's like therapeutic for me to listen to the two of you, and it was very therapeutic for me to listen to Momo last time because there's a lot of things obviously that you guys are helping me with in my own life, and I can apply this to my own life. So it's just very therapeutic to hear this. And I told Momo last time, I think that you're my therapist now.
Anytime.
Let me. I want to look at these. The chat really quick. Lindsay says, "Fucking insane lies. She's 25." I mean, I was saying the same thing.
Thank you, Lindsay.
It says, "Happy 55th, Crila. Are you having any birthday cake tonight?"
No, not tonight, but tomorrow.
What is your favorite kind of cake?
Well, I think anything with caramel, especially if you mix caramel and chocolate, like forget it. And something crunchy. Yeah, something crunchy, caramel and chocolate combination is spectacular.
Perfect. Lindsay says, "I just want a big hug from Crila."
Aww. There you go, Lindsay. Virtual hug.
She also says, "I need to hear every single thing that's being said right now. Fucking vibes, man. I'm feeling it."
Fucking vibes, eh? I should get that on a t-shirt. I love that. Fucking vibes.
Margie says, "Best interview ever."
Aw, thank you, Margie.
And then we also have a suggestion. Please write a fucking book.
You know what? Okay, this is a little bit embarrassing because we've been writing a book since 2012. Yeah, and we've had this every time we say, okay, we're going to do a movie about our relationship, or we're going to do a movie about love, there's a crazy project that comes in. See what I was saying about the compromise,
Yeah.
So every time we've like compromised on another project, but this time we're going to do it for sure. We have a lot more to say.
I've got about 12 chapters written.
Yeah.
The concept was that we were both writing a book about each other. And
a two-sided book.
Yeah. And she was going to have her side, and I was going to have my side, and she didn't read my thing yet, and I haven't read her stuff. And we were going to wait until the whole thing was published and done, made sure, and then we were going to fucking read it, read the other one's half, right?
That's right. And then we started this thing called the Real Love Blog a few years back, where we would talk about, like, every week we'd have like a picture, a video, an article. That was really fun. And we're definitely going to put something out there on relationships, because, I think that relationships is, besides what you're going to do with your life, besides work, besides accomplishments, it's one of the most important things that you could do. And it's the most fulfilling thing that you could do is to, find your other half, because there's nothing that's going to teach you about yourself more than being in an amazing long-term relationship. There's nothing, so, and I think that the emphasis is also on meeting someone, that's in our society, like the beginning of the relationship, but nobody like puts that much emphasis on the excitement of continuing the relationship. And I think that's what we'd like to bring, because I think that people have this illusion that once the spark is like, out or whatever, that it's going to be boring or it's going to be frustrating, and nothing can be further from the truth. If you know how to navigate, I mean, we're lucky nobody told us how to do it, but we from what we've experienced, we could definitely, I think, help other people to navigate, this stuff, because
like we don't have kids by choice, but
you're my kid.
My kid, I'm her kid. Having kids could change the game, but all this, right?
Yeah.
Even not having kids changes the game, because what happens is a kid can actually ground you, right? Whereas when you don't have a kid, you can be ungrounded, right? Thus makes the relationship a little more like
fragile.
Fragile. So when you become each other's kid, what happens? You see, it's a very musical. It's a very musical relationship in the sense that anything that has to do with understanding how to build, and you know this, Sunshine, because I've watched you do this too, right? So it's like when you don't know how to do something, you wanted to do something, you figure out how to do something, and then you look back and you've actually done it, like what you've done,
Yeah.
right? With this show, for instance, right? The
Nice.
point, you did not do this at all. You wanted to do it. You get your shit together. You do it. Now you could look at this big long ass list of all the sunshinies happening on the just
Love
fucking
it.
awesome, by the way. Proud, kick ass, powerful woman move right there. I gotta tell
Nice.
you.
Thank
So,
you.
no, but so when you understand I think the fundamentals of construction, building, and respect to the art and to yourself, you can now apply those same elements to your relationship, which
Yeah.
means it's like saying, I'm always going to write exactly the same song with the same chords and the same sound, and I'm never going to change it. All I'm going to do is change the tempo. Right.
Right.
So, okay, it's a bit faster, it's a bit slower. Oh boy, it's really fast today. Oh man, this is so slow. I'm going to fall asleep. So, this life's got to be more than that.
For
You
sure.
understand? This means one needs variety. And people, like she said before, some people think, oh, well, you got to talk a lot. You got to talk a lot. We actually do talk a lot, but
Yeah, but
we
not
don't
not
talk-
about like
we don't
issues.
yeah, we don't talk about issues. Like we don't because we
No.
don't have those. We talk about science. We
Yeah.
talk about fashion. We talk about like patent pending shit.
Spirituality.
Like, she likes products and shit, and she knows everything about all the ingredients. And she'll run and tell me, hey, check out this shit. It's got this and that in it. Oh yeah, show me that shit. So it's this is what we talk about.
We talk about accomplishments. I mean, yeah.
Like, so
But we're not going to sit there and say, you did this, and I don't like when you do that. Like that's not in there,
Oh my god. So okay, wait. So you met on the subway? Is this
Yeah.
right? So you guys met on the subway. Oh my god. And here we are 20 years later?
40.
40 fucking
I
years.
know nobody quite gets the message. They hear the word like 55 and they hear like almost 40 and shit. And so they'll think, oh, okay, he's saying he's 40 or she's 40 or like
Dude, we met in 1984. Were you born? You weren't born.
Yeah, I was born in
You
1984.
were not. What are you talking about?
Were
So?
you even fucking born in 1984?
You, my God, you look 18 years old. Come on.
Yeah, you look
Girl,
like
I have a 23-year-old son who graduated college last year.
Okay, so we're monks, like we're a tribe. We're a tribe.
Yeah, my son, he went to school at Otis College of Art in LA, and he just graduated with a degree in illustration, and I'm very proud of him.
That's amazing.
insane.
Amazing. You see?
But, okay, so what happens when there is obviously, like, there's going to be times when you guys don't necessarily agree on the same thing, or there's an issue. How do you guys get through that without fighting or making it this huge deal that it doesn't have to be? I think that is the biggest piece of advice I need right now in my life.
Well, I'll just say one thing quick and then you can take it.
Okay.
You fix it right the fuck away.
Yeah, that's
What
you. That's
happens-
Momo.
This is like jamming to me. If somebody says, hey, let's write a song, right? What's gonna happen is I'm gonna plug in one of my pedal boards is already gonna have the sound I want. I hit
Still
record
here.
and the first shit that comes out, it's done, right?
Yeah.
Same thing for an argument within a couple. What are you gonna do? Okay, so you have a memory now. You've remembered what I did last week, the week before, 6 months ago. You didn't like this, that, and you've held it in, and now it's all coming out like a cannonball. What the fuck, man? This doesn't happen in our relationship because this is not what our relationship is based on. This is what I've been saying. In order for a relationship to work long term, kind of look at it like a great band, right? Uh, you take a band like, I'm gonna have to use like ZZ Top or Rush, for instance, okay? Because I believe that those three guys in both those bands, okay, are the real deal in the sense they are not the guys. Now I wrote the song, I did this, it's my thing, it's my thing. Those
Totally.
real people like that, real band that you can't fuck with. There's no soap opera. You never saw them in the tabloids. You not none of that shit because they're
No.
not those guys. That's who we are in our relationship.
That's really well said.
Oh,
And I guess and that would actually be very close to what you're saying is, you have to take on your personal issues for yourself also. You don't put your personal issues on the other person. So for example, what can you fight about? Jealousy, or somebody didn't do something you don't like, or, those are personal issues, unless there's something like an event, that is like detrimental to your relationship or to your life or whatever, you deal with it. But
personal issue. Here's what popped into my head. Your partner. Every
Yeah.
time you get up in the morning to go like open the fridge to get your morning orange juice or shit, you look down and you step on a pile of like human shit and it goes right through your feet, right? And you realize that your partner keeps shitting in front of the fridge right
bit
on the floor.
extreme, bro.
You tell this person,
Bro.
what the fuck? You know what I mean? Is this shit all about, right?
Literally.
That means this is not my problem. This
Oh
is
my God.
your problem. You need to deal with that shit. You
Well,
see what
I
I'm
would go further. I
That's
would even
pretty
say the person, the partner in the relationship that shits on the floor near the fridge, he should take it upon himself to like,
Well, that's
fix that shit, right?
no, but
What
that's
the
what you were
fuck,
saying.
Momo?
It's the own person's responsibility to
Yes.
deal with their issues and not make the other person the like problem catcher. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Oh, I have a problem. It's your problem now. Here, catch. Here's another problem. Deal with that.
And then,
I gotta go
okay,
get myself a couple more problems over here. You know what I mean?
if we're going to continue with your analogy, right? So the partner that steps in the shit in the morning, like if you're going to, make shit, if you're going to give him shit for that shit, then all shit's going to break loose, right? So you got to balance the shit as well.
Okay, well, you don't got to go there, sweetie, because
Well,
You're cracking me the fuck up, but I appreciate the
wisdom.
the wisdom that is coming out. I want to I want to say Lindsay's comment real quick. Lindsay says it took losing my mom to understand how 99% of the shit people fight about and dwell on literally means nothing, and it never meant anything in the first place. Life is messy and most of it needs to be let go of, and we need to focus on the good stuff.
Wow, she just took everything we said and like said it so much more eloquently than what we just said.
okay, nothing else matters but what is useful
Yeah.
for you to feel good so that you could make others feel good when you walk by them or
That's
whether
it.
at your work or whatever it is you're doing, right? If you can't feel good, and let's say you don't feel good, but all of a sudden you start feeling good when you're out in front of people at work, right? Oh, well, what does that mean? You still have a fucking problem. You know why? You're using those people as energy to feed yourself like a freaking vampire, right? So what happens? Then how come when you go home now you're all fucking depressed and shit because you don't like yourself? This
Wow.
is shit we're fucking talking about.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, it's really simple, and it's actually taken me until almost like recently to actually understand when I said before, none of this shit matters.
Yeah.
Sub thoughts, the jealousy shit, like like it's very hard for me to believe that people are actually jealous. I have a couple of friends of me that tell me
Yeah.
there are people, they're actually jealous. They do weird shit because they're
Yeah.
jealous, right? And it doesn't register with me, that shit. Because if you're jealous, it's because why haven't you gone and done something about it to not be jealous? Like, what do you?
Yeah, I think the jealousy is just like maybe admiration that has gone wrong, you know. If you can just transfer that, people that do have that problem, if they could just transfer that into, you know, saying I'm okay, I'm not jealous, I admire, you know, I think that would change everything, you know.
Jealousy in the form of a couple, though, usually only
Yeah,
goes in one direction, and it has to do with physical attraction
yeah,
or sex, right? So if those two elements come into play, guaranteed there's a jealous, a competition, a revenge,
yeah.
or somebody that's really hurt. You see what I mean? So
But hopefully like you could deal with that early on in the relationship, you know. That's what the early stages are for, you know. And then you know, you don't deal with that stuff anymore, so yeah.
Wow. Well, my goodness, you guys are the most amazing couple. I love you guys so much. I can't believe 40 years. And Crila, you are about to turn 55 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Holy shit. You guys, we have empires in the room.
No.
Okay? Let's see
Thank
what
you.
Lindsay's saying. I'm literally in tears. I fucking love you guys. Thank you so much
Aw,
for
we
this.
love you too, Lindsay.
Paco says, I will have to look out and make sure I'm not leaving my piles for my favorite people. Thank you for the advice. I needed to hear that.
That's funny.
amazing.
And then we have a question. Have you both dealt with negative relationship experiences? And how have you gotten through that?
With negative experience, you mean like from the outside point, like negative people coming into our relationship?
I mean, you could take it either way, Lindsay, if you want to expand on that question.
We've been together a very long time, so nobody else has been in each other's personal lives when it comes on that level. But other people that have come in and out, it might as well be equivalent, because if you're in our lives to the point where you're here, you become like family.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't let that many people in, you know, and so what happens is then at that stage you can actually get into, like you say, these disagreements. I think again it's really about just letting it go. I mean, there's something to do about respect, basic respect. The basic respect should never be crossed. If it is, the first time is when the other person needs to say something right away. The build-up syndrome is never good,
Yeah,
because that means you've let that other person get away with that things like way too many times.
you're
And then
so
when you
wise.
bring up a list of 10 fucking things they've done, they say, whoa, where's this coming from?
Yeah,
Because they've forgotten, because it's normal to them. Because look, we're not we can't be the victims all the time, right? We have to take responsibility,
yeah,
right,
that's very true.
for our actions. And the actions could be very, very simple. Like just the word yes or no could be detrimental or life-changing. Just by saying yes or no to somebody or something. It changed your fucking life. Like, you know, because it all matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So to expand on that question, have you both dealt with negative relationship experiences prior to each other, past relationships or friendships, family, etc.?
Well, look, I mean, for sure, and we're human, so you know, in a human experience, you know, there's definitely going to be extremely positive experiences with people and extremely negative experiences with other people, and it's part of the growth, it's part of the pushback to make you, you know, transcend yourself and basically grow and learn. I think that, you know, again, and I don't even quantify them as negative people, I quantify it as negative experiences, because, you know, I think we're all here to experience our humanity, and you know, our humanity is positive and negative, otherwise we wouldn't exist. It's that push and pull, so you know, you have to just be ready to, you know, have some of those experiences and deal with them as gracefully as you can.
And the bad experiences that we have had has always been the same kind of bad experiences, right? So it's generally artistically based, it's work based, right? When and it could usually be like an extension of things. So let's say you're the artist or you're the guy who's in charge of a project, and then the fucking record company sends down Moho, who thinks that, you know what I mean, they're the coming of the next son from Pluto, and they just want to stick their face in everything you've done and tell you, no, I don't like this, no, change this, no, do that, and you're saying, whoa, whoa, I've been up for the last 3 days. You just got hired yesterday. You fucking have no idea what's going on.
They're
Get
messing with your human experience.
messing with my fucking experience. Get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here. You can talk to your boss or I'm leaving. And you know, those are the only kind of negative experiences we've had. Maybe a couple of surprises after, you know, like it's 37 years we're actually together now, so it's heading towards 40. But you know, a lot of shit happens in 37 years, especially
Oh, yeah,
together all the time. You might as well
definitely.
say that it's the equivalent to 67, like 74 years of being together because we're always together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I think you have to grow from it. And that's the main thing, is you have to also see what your part was also in it, you know, because like Momo said, a lot of our negative experiences have been patternized, right? So things that have repeated. So we've, you know, a couple of years ago, we figured out like, okay, so we do this when this happens, and we're not going to do that anymore. Yeah, basically you have to learn from it and be willing to change and adapt yourself, because the negative experiences will not really stop until you deal with your own responses to them and what you do towards them, I think. So it's just the universe teaching you, you know.
Absolutely. I love how you put that. And everybody's life is a little bit different. So we all have our ups and our downs. And as long as we can put on a smile at the end of the day and feel blessed that we have made it through one more day, I think we are winning. Let me see really quick. David Pastores, Jocko Pastores,
Oh.
in the chat. He says, "What's up, Mama and Crila?"
Hi, how are you?
Been a long time, my friend. I hope you were well.
And then
David, too, Pastores over there. I'm going to have to say, give a shout out to him when it comes to this particular subject. Besides the fact that he's a monster bass player, but he and his wife Natalie, he is dearly in love with that woman, as is she with him. I have seen it online. I've seen it in posts they have done. I've seen it. I can feel it through experience. Those two guys, this guy understands the love between him and his woman, and her with him. And I got to give them a big shout out to that. To
Beautiful, nice.
so what does it take to, do you have to make a person accept you, or should your person just accept you? Like, how much are you willing to put in and try in a relationship before it's like, you know what, they just don't get me and I just gotta go?
Okay, are you specifically asking for yourself? Is this a specific thing? No.
In general, that's a question in the chat.
So you mean like, let's say you're into somebody, but they're
how
not
much are you willing to
responding?
sacrifice? Is I think is what the basic thing is there. You know what I mean?
You're so smart, Momo. You're so smart. How much you're willing to
the
sacrifice?
compromise or the sacrifice, right? So the compromise or the sacrifice. I'm sorry to cut you off, sweetie. You can
No.
grab it, but I think that if you really care about somebody, then possibly listening to what that person's telling you as an option might be wise for you to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to try that. That's like the amount of things, right, that you have said to me naturally that has changed me and made me a better person. I see, because I
And
don't
you to
argue with
me.
change, right? She doesn't argue with that shit too. If I come up and I say, hey, you know, hey, if you do this and that, I think that'll be cool, and she does the same thing to me. But if she says the wrong thing, like if she comes to me with some shit that's too like Instagrammy kind of approach, I can turn around to her. I look at her and say, hey, I'm not that guy. And
but
that's
I'll just laugh, right? You have to
you'll
have a
laugh
sense of
because this is
humor.
really not me.
Yeah.
Right? So that's where it ends. But go ahead, sweetie. Like,
Well, like I'm kind of maybe the wrong person to ask, because, I would sacrifice, a lot for Momo, like a lot. And I believe that, and you can't sacrifice something and say that, I'm sacrificing it. So, you're waiting for something back, it's not an exchange. A sacrifice is a sacrifice only if, you're doing it. Sometimes it's even private, the other person doesn't even have to know about it. But I believe in sacrifice a lot. I think that that's a big, it's a big thing. It's a big thing as a human being. I think that it's an important thing. I think that it,
to be with a person no matter what. Like we say, I don't care if I'm in a fucking tent, not a fucking living in a hole in a bush just with you, and we're together, then we're cool. Then I don't
yeah,
need shit, this recording
it's
stuff.
true.
Stuff doesn't matter. So that's when I think that's the core when you know, right?
Yeah.
If it's stuff or opportunities, right? Like, I did a video once called "How to Manage Your Personal Relationships as a Musician," and that's a complicated thing, right?
It
Because
is.
if the musician is with a non-musician, or the musician is with another musician, and depending on whether that musician is actually better than they are, or at the same level as they are, or worse than they are, right? Then you become the one that has to teach them how to get better, and then they chop into your fucking time. And if you're equal, then it could be kind of a competitional thing, or then you want to do it together. And if the
Exactly.
other one is better than you, then you get all this insecure shit where you're trying to fucking figure fandangle your way and how you're going to fit into this thing. You know what I mean? And
Listening.
to me, I don't know, it's all way too complicated, right? I think that when you're going to have a relationship, if you get along with the person, then you should just work it out until you really can't. And when is you really can't is if that person either passes lines that are truly unacceptable, or they just keep repeating the same shtick all over and over and over again. And then you have to ask yourself.
Well said, Momo. Let's see these comments really quick. I know from personal experience that those who give no compromise and give no grace have surface level relationships but don't endure as much pain. And those who swing too far on the spectrum deal with more pain but have deeper, meaningful experiences in life. It's all relative.
Wow. That's very well said.
Very well.
It is a compromise. I mean, of course, if you're going to live on a surface level, you're going to have less pain. If you're going to go deeper into it, then you're going to have more pain. And pain is, what is pain? It's just a reception. It's your brain that is telling you that something is up, right? So yeah, if you're going to be on the surface, you're going to have less pain. That's really well said.
Very well said. Okay.
Definitely.
So, Crila, let's talk a
Yes,
little bit about what you've been doing recently. So, you're actually like delving into the 3D like hologram world, or
yeah,
explain it a little bit to us because this is super fascinating.
Well, I mean, I think I've always kind of been attracted to it. We had a couple of instances way back, I think in 2004, where we started doing a lot of digital work. We did a little bit of 3D, but now, I don't know, 3D just seems to just like combine, my painting skills and like my fashion skills and my, it just seems to kind of like encompass like so many different kinds of creativity. And I love, how can I put it? I mean, you're a spiritual person, obviously, right? And 3D just seems to kind of like put into real what is unreal, or put into, something palpable what is not palpable and not not being able to be alive in any other realm, you know? So I really love it. I mean, it's fascinating to me, and I think it's going to be really our next kind of maybe outlet. You know, I think we're going to mix some music videos with Scott, Momo, and, you know, I'm going to create their avatars. And I think,
Wow.
yeah, and I think we're going to do probably a mix of like real and 3D, and it's going to be just awesome. I love it. I love it.
That is super cool. Momo, I need to take a quick like 3-minute break. So I'm gonna turn my camera off. But if you guys want to keep rocking and rolling, and then I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Is that good?
Whoa.
Sure.
So Momo's taking over. I will be right back.
Okay, well, Sunshine's going away and she's coming right back. She has to go. She's got to go light up one of the new things under the sun.
That's cute. So Momo, you're going to interview me now. Anything you've always wanted to ask me.
Actually,
You do. You have something?
no. There's absolutely nothing that I feel like asking you
That is so funny.
because everything I need to know, I already know right now.
You're so cute.
So are you, baby.
Thank you.
Pretty cool, eh? So, guys.
Sunshine is a really nice spirit. Really nice spirit.
Right.
She's super, super sweet.
I've known her for a little while, and it's really fresh and really cool to see when a person jumps onto their own bandwagon and decides to drive their horse
Yeah,
into the right direction.
exactly.
He's doing exactly that. And rock and roll, guys.
Well, it takes a while to get the courage to do it, and it's great that she's doing it.
Absolutely. And she's fucking cool on stage too. We should do something one of these days. We'll get her to come do a drop in a video with Scott, you and I.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
We
man.
should definitely do that.
Are you excited to tomorrow, guys? And I don't know if my buddy Scott is listening right now, but we're going to be dropping. She's going to be singing a song off a new single we're working on that is just freaking insane.
Very excited.
We're very excited because we have come up with a new sound that is smashing fucking hard.
Very, very cool.
And
I don't
she's
know if
back. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the Sunshine Cantu in the house, y'all. Give it up.
You guys want to see my pig? Hold on, let me see if I can show him.
Yes.
He's
Crila and I, we love to show me the pig.
Diego.
Oh, you got two of them?
Yeah, well, that's his little sleeping
That's his
buddy.
toy.
Her name,
Oh,
yeah,
wait,
her name's Penelope, but he kicks her out. He sleeps in the closet.
Boy, look at the size of this guy. It's amazing.
Yeah, he's like probably almost
huge.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Oh my
God.
But you've always had pigs, right? Like,
I had Mr. Oliver Edgar William Nelson, Cantu to the First Power. He passed away last May, and it was really hard on me. I went through a huge depression, but now I have Mr. Winston Diego to keep me on my toes and wake me up every morning at 5 a.m. So yay.
Wow.
was he that big when you first got him, or did you get him small and he grew?
No, he actually was a lot smaller, but they grow up really fast. And mini pigs are basically anything under, I believe, 300 pounds. And he's probably about 175 to 200 pounds.
What? Oh
yeah,
my
but
God.
he's like the national treasure of the neighborhood. Like, he just makes everybody so happy, and like all the kids come by to see him, and adults, and sometimes I'm like the saddest. I'll be here in my room, and I hear people coming by to come visit him, and it just like, I can't even explain the amount of joy having this animal. Like, he's going back into his house. Oh, there goes my dream. Like, I don't know if you can see him, but he cuddles with that little pig, and we call her Penelope. And when he gets mad, he kicks her out of the closet.
Really?
Crila, maybe
Oh
we need a
my God.
pig, man.
Oh my God, he's been telling me this for years, and I'm like, every time I'm like, you don't understand, they don't stay little. They get really big. Yeah.
And when like I said, Lucas, my son, he's grown. He'll be 24 in September, and it was sort of like having a child all over again. It's like, holy cow, like they're so smart. They're as smart as like 4-year-old children. They've passed
Exactly.
and it's so worth it. Like they're just like, there's just something about having a pig that is my heart. I swear. I don't care how big he is, he'll always be my little baby.
Oh. Yeah, Momo's been saying this for years and years that he wanted a pig, but I just don't know. I don't.
So let's talk a little bit more about your upcoming like projects and things that you guys have going on. I mean, what is the future of Crila and Momo?
Well, we're working with Scott right now with we're doing this amazing project. I mean, we started, I guess, when did we start the project? Well, you guys started it like last year.
Yep, we started
last summer, maybe. Yeah. And like Momo said, tomorrow we're going to drop some vocals on that stuff. And it's really exciting. It's so good. I mean, these two musicians are just like, you know, I think they're made for each other. They're so, so good. Two bass players, and you don't need anything else, you know? It's crazy.
Is this Brandino, or who is
Brandino is a different project.
Okay.
Brandino is Momo and Brandino. They, you know, collaborate every now and then. And they do some really cool comedy stuff. But musically, yeah, we've been more, I guess, consistently working with Scott and.
Oh, Scott. So that's the owner of Music Fox, right?
No, that's Matt.
Okay.
Scott White is my partner in crime for One of One. So that project that we have, let me see. You know, we could share videos here, right?
Really?
Can we?
Do it.
I think I could show you some stuff that nobody's really. Let me just.
Oh, this is exciting.
How do we do it? Do we?
You might have to let me in. Let the administration let me share. Let me see if I go share my. Oh no, I think it's gonna let me. Oh wait.
Yeah, I think you can share your screen, right?
You should be able to. I've never done it from Zoom, but I know that. Oh, look. Oh, here we go.
Okay, yeah, but this is the whiteboard. This is so I can write some shit.
Okay? Oh, there we go. Well, this one thing, I'm figuring out one screen at a time.
Share. Let me see here.
Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. We are having a great
so
time.
Cool.
It is Crila's 55th birthday party, baby. We have Momo as a special guest. We are still trying to figure out how in the hell Crila is turning 55 because she looks like she is 21, everybody.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Oh, girl, I am so excited that you got, I mean, just the advice, the wisdom, just the energy that you guys give off. I just love you so much, and I wish you were my neighbor.
Oh, that would be so cool.
We're going to come visit you, though, as soon as they let us fly out of this fucking place.
Oh, yeah, I would love that.
That would be really fun.
Okay,
Mama, is there something that I could look up? Because I think I can share my screen.
Can you give her maybe the link?
Well, no, because there is no link.
Wow.
Got you.
On, I'm going to be able to do this. Share screen. Let me see this.
Lindsay says, Momo is fancy.
Optimize for video clip. Okay, hang on.
John says 50 is the new 20.
I'm 60. I'm going to be 61. Me.
That's crazy.
So you guys met on the subway? What?
Yeah,
So
love at first sight on the subway. It was like, well, like I said before, it was like, that day, everything changed that day. It was like destiny.
oh my God, that is so awesome.
Yeah, I know some people don't believe in love at first sight, but when you experience it, you know that it's a true thing. It's a real thing. And soulmates can be also your kid, your, like, it doesn't have to be also your partner. Like, it could, when you find your soulmate. And
I love that.
yeah.
Crila. Oh my God, girl.
Okay, tell me if you see this.
We see
I
the
see it.
Oh yeah,
Oh, here we go. Wow. You just gotta move it.
You see that?
Yes.
You see the whole thing?
Yeah, you just gotta make it a little smaller because it's kind of like off to the side of the screen.
How about this?
Oh, that's perfect.
We are one of one. Avatars manifested for you by your current timeline and reality for reasons only you can recognize. We fully realize that your perception and imagination are perpetually at war. This may result in a glitch or systematic overload. If this occurs, hold, power down, count to 10, and start again. 1, 1, 1, 1. How much did it cost? How long will it hold? Is life wonderful in your house of glass? So the blue pill worked, but only for a while. Now you can see the cracks. God, it makes me smile. The truth is meaningless, like an empty forest. If every tree falls down, no one's bearing witness. The truth is them, not us. We're just fish in the desert. Wait for our time to flow. 'Cause when the water rises, she rises up, keep rising up, she rises up, keep rising up.
So shit like that.
Wow. Wow, you guys, that is so epic.
Thank you.
Even just having the guy, Momo, your guitar, or the other bass player, he almost kind of looks like you.
Right?
It's like we're matrixing out together. You know what I mean?
That's what I was saying. They're like made for each other. It's insane.
Actually, okay, here, you know what? I should, because see what we did is we did an EP like this, 5 songs, but all the 5 songs together is only like 12 minutes long, right? So they're super short. Shall I show you something that we're gonna release that nobody's seen yet?
Yeah, let's do it. You
Do
see
it.
it first on the Sunshine Show, baby.
Okay, check this shit out. Let's see. Oh wait, get you even bigger quality. Oh, this will do. go, Gav. Very good premiere ever.
Ah,
Wow.
so good.
So much energy and so much just badass bass playing. I mean, where'd you find this guy? Where'd you find this other bass player?
Well, we've never met. This is we are all doing
I
this
love that.
from our homes, and we've devised the whole concept and the whole shit. We spit out the shit instantly, and it's just done.
So
Like,
Yep.
you weren't in the same room when you were doing that?
no, we do
Nope.
all the we do this in a really interesting way. And
That's for sure.
Wow, that is so
Well,
cool.
all I can tell you is wait until we hit the 3D land coming up very soon in a town near you. It's about to happen. So.
I mean, that's what I was saying before. It's like the lines between what's real and what isn't real. I mean, it's imagination brought out, right? So we're definitely going to stick some 3D into it and show you the inside of what, but on the outside.
Oh,
Really cool.
oh my God. So I have a bunch of questions. I'm literally like, I'm sorry, I haven't been keeping up with this.
Let's do it. Question time.
Let's do it.
Okay, sorry. Have you guys seen a Scanner Darkly?
I think that was a long time ago, though, right? Yeah, that was it with Keanu Reeves, I think?
Oh, so is that like a movie or something? I have no
Yeah.
idea. Okay. Then we have Momo is fancy. Mom says that she's 61 also.
Aww.
Paul says he's back. Jeremy says perfect. My mom said turned 61 on 2/22/22 and she was born in 61. So this was yeah, it was a really cool birthday this year. Mom turned 61. She was born in 61 and her birthday was on 2/22/22.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So epic. We got a comment. Am I on drugs? Because they are good. Got Tiny Kennedy, which I believe, Tiny, aren't you my neighbor? Like right up the street on 37th? I think you are, girl. What's up? She goes, this is badass. We have a question. Do you two like Pussifer?
Do we what?
Do you like the band Pussifer?
Jeez, I don't know it.
Oh no, that's okay. That's okay.
Momo, do you know the band Pussifer?
Fuck yeah, man. Are you kidding
Do I
me?
know the band Pussifer? That's where you can see my age.
I've showed you a couple of videos.
Did I like it?
Yeah.
There you go. So we like it.
Man.
We got comments. Awesome, super dope. Holy God, the bass line, that was insane. That's awesome. So cool. Fuck yes. Nasty. Bass gold. Bass orgasm. Bullying. Freaking epic. Industrial and unique. Makes me feel like Wayne and Garth were not worthy. And Tiny is my neighbor, girl. You need to come visit. I mean, come see when San Diego. You know how I knew she was my neighbor? Because her license plate actually has like her like first and like last name sorted together.
That's some quick thinking.
And so Lynn says that Pussifer is the Maynard James band.
Yeah, well, Momo told me that we like it, so I must.
We like it.
That's a collective yes.
That's Usually we like the same shit though, right, Momo? It's like rarely,
I'm on a massive fucking mastodon kick.
Oh my God, this is so funny. This we have to do. I'm going to have to set up a camera in the morning because I make breakfast, put it on the counter. We both sit there. He puts on Mastodon and we start to like mosh as we eat our eggs.
Every morning for the last year.
This is
Every morning, 7 days a week for the last year. I get up, I come to my computer,
Yeah.
I pick a Mastodon record. It starts. I go have my coffee with my eggs and avocado. Boom.
Yeah. I'm going to have to film it and I will tag you so you can see it.
Well, actually, I feel like we should be pitching like a reality TV show to like Vice or some shit because like I just feel like everybody would want to watch what you guys are doing just
Oh.
because like you guys are so impressive and so
Aw.
inspirational and motivational because there's so many people just seeking this sort of friendship, much less a long-term fucking soulship, you know?
I love that. That's beautiful. Absolutely.
Friendship is a very good word there.
Right?
She's my best friend, right?
We say that all the time. We say that all the time. You're my best friend. You're my best friend. And, you know, I mean, I'm so fortunate to go through life, you know, with my best friend, you know, and not just go through life, like create life, I should say. Create life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You guys, I just love you. So Tiny says the couple that egg moshes together stays together.
I love it.
It's hilarious. She got this like happy light, right?
Oh, yeah.
A really good one that sits on the counter right over there for when I eat my breakfast, right? So it's always on, and then when I get up and think, but then I notice, what are you doing? Are you trying to like grow fucking lettuce like right here on the counter and shit?
Every
Right?
now and then I try and fail miserably, but
She's using the lamp to like grow stuff. What the fuck is going on?
didn't work, by the way.
Yeah, sorry, you were gonna say
No.
sunshine.
Oh, no. So Jeremy Hill says, I'm hiding from my wife right now. Oh no, Jeremy, do you need advice, Crila and Momo? Because if you need any relationship advice, drop it in the comment section. We will take care of that because we have the number one couple in the motherfucking, I mean, not even, I can't say the United States because they ain't even in the United States, in the whole damn worldwide, baby.
Thank you.
Worldwide.
Thank you so much. Why is he hiding from his wife?
I don't. That's what we need to know,
That's
Jeremy.
That's interesting. You know, that is very interesting. And I'm going to say this with the utmost deepest respect in the sense
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Oh, because I've heard lots of people say that
Oh, yeah.
to me. Like, you know, I could be walking with friends, their phone rings. All of a sudden, it sounds like a nuclear bomb's going off. Warning, warning. And I said, whoa, what is that? He says, oh, that's the call I only put when my wife calls, right? I've seen a lot of stuff like that. And when I saw that, no judging, I don't feel that way at all about Crila, like in any way, shape, or form. I'm excited to hear her voice. So,
Maybe.
but it made me realize that maybe some people are actually suited for that, right? So, like, they want, like, you know, this is the thing when you were talking about before, one of your questions was about sacrifice. What do you give up and what do you not give
Yeah.
up? This is an interesting one because we didn't talk about what happens to each other's friends, right? This is the thing. Let's say they have a set of friends and he has a set of friends and she has a set of friends.
Yeah.
Or whoever the couple is, they've never met each other. Maybe they don't get along. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That means you might have to let go. This is classic, right? When a couple gets together, all of a sudden some of their friends start saying, well, you don't come and hang out anymore. And no, right? And then they're going to say, I gave it all up for you, right? When they fight.
Yeah, but that's usually because the person in question is a different person with their friends and with their spouse,
No,
you know,
but
or
I'm
their
gonna say-
partner.
What I was going to say is that I think that some people, I used to think that there's something kind of wrong with that, but I think I don't think the same. I think that some people are suited to have like that double kind of life, right? A double. When I mean, I'm not talking about cheating now. I'm talking about here. I got my guy friends. I'm going to hang out with them on Saturdays, and I'm going doing this. I'm going, and the wife and her friends are taking a weekend, and they're going to Florida, right? And they're doing shit. Okay,
It
We're not-
fulfills a different part of them.
and they get together.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they don't love each other. It doesn't mean that, you know what I mean? It means that they've decided that those other elements of their life, right? That they want to keep it in their life. And that means that what I had before you is what I had before you, and what I have with you is what I have with you. Right?
But yeah, I think that comes in also when somebody feels threatened by the friends, because the friends bring something out in the person that, you know, could be detrimental to the relationship. I think that creates that tension. And I think if the friend, you know, or if the person that has said friend, if that person could be authentic, you know, in both of those instances, that won't create that, you know, because I think like, you know, when you talk to Scott, for example, for hours and you guys laugh and I'm not part of it, I feel so good that you're having an amazing time, you know? And
I get it, and we
yeah,
good, and we talk about you behind your back in really cool ways, and that also feels good. You know what I
oh
mean?
baby.
Because I like the fact that he's
But
fully like if
what
that
I mean is it doesn't like, I can feel that it's a positive thing for you, you know? And I think I could just picture like if some chick is like upset that her boyfriend is talking to someone because they bring out maybe something that they've been working on to get, like maybe they drink more or maybe they do more drugs or I don't know.
yeah,
But you know, that could be problematic. I could see where, you know, that could be a
that's
problem.
where when the lines are drawn, right? Where
Yeah,
you draw the lines as to what you guys are, what the relationship calls for, and
that's it.
you can't. No more, no judging on anything or anyone.
No, of course not.
The
No,
bottom
no, no.
line
But I could see where that could be an issue, you
is
know,
complicated.
friends. Yeah, very complicated.
So we have a question here in the chat. Are you two interested in adopting a 39-year-old mom of 3? I'm on the market.
Ah. Well, you know, who knows? Who
Oh
knows?
my
Who
God.
knows? Oh,
We got
she
another.
sounds amazing.
She is, I call her my wife. She is my soul wife, my soul sister, Lindsay, down in San
Aw.
Diego. She is just the best person in the world. She lost her mother last year, and
I'm
it's
so
been
sorry.
the hardest thing I can't even imagine. And Lindsay, I just love you so much, and you know that we're always here for you, girl. And I got nothing but love for you.
Love for
Love,
Lindsay.
love,
Or
love.
let me do that right. There we go.
Let's see. We got sometimes people are awesome people, but just don't work together long term, and that needs to be okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then another one, context is everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Whatever
Context is everything.
whatever element, word, or sentence that helps clarify your own mind, right, is the answer. Whatever it takes to just because it all happens in your own brain. Like you need to tell your brain that you're either okay with this or that, you know. And as you get older, I'm gonna tell you like some things you will let go. You'll
Yeah.
just let go, and then you'll realize, oh, I can't believe that I used to let this kind of shit affect me. Like, oh, I'm at a point right now where I'm about to shut everything down that doesn't belong there. Like when it comes to incoming information of visual and audio.
Yeah.
So
That's good. That's really good.
I'm about to go on a kind of a regiment, like army style of. If you are anything to do with anything that shifts my mood, I cannot watch or listen. Period. When you do that, you're feeding yourself
Yeah.
possibilities. That's it. And that's what everybody wants. You know
And
what I
I
mean?
think that
go ahead, Crila.
no, I was just gonna say, I think that because, you know, being artists is so integrated into what we are, you know, and being an artist is about sharing slash sometimes saving the world, you know. And I think we've come to terms with that recently also, is that, you know, the world, the only world that can truly be saved, let's say, is your personal world, you know. And then you have to kind of pray and hope that that will trickle onto the rest of the world and the people that you meet and the people that, you know, it's too big. And I think that's what he's trying to say also, is like at some point you have to take care of what makes you feel good in the world, and you know, that will trickle into the people you meet, and so on, as they say. But you can't take on everything the way that, you know, if you're a true artist, you know what I'm talking about. Like you just want to change, to help, to but you can't do it all, right? So you have to do it little by little, and the only real thing you have access to is your personal kind of how would you call that? You know, some people have a projection of, you know, 10 meters, 5 meters, 2 meters, whatever your projection is, that's what you can control, and then you expand it, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Tiny says you can't take it on. You can't take it on, nor should you. Okay, well.
Thank you, Tiny.
Oh, sphere. You can't take it on, nor should you. Sphere. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you understand what you're saying? I guess.
Yeah, your sphere, what I was talking about, like your.
Yeah, you can't, if you can, it, for us, we want to be able to take on the entire world. We want to be able to fix all the fucking problems. We want to be able to make everybody fucking happy. But at the end of the day, if we're not fucking happy, we can't make anybody else motherfucking happy. Okay. So
bingo. Bingo. And, you know, I guess, you know, the balance is not to get lost in that too, because then you don't want to become a selfish human being either. So it's very balanced.
Or bitter.
Very
easy to crossfade into bitterness. Like, this is
totally
like phase number 1 before you crossfade into worse. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Yeah, bitter is bad. You're right.
And owned by you. Oh, actually, you know what?
You're gonna write that down?
No. I should actually. I have a song. See?
Oh my god!
That nobody has ever heard. That's only a minute.
Sunshine, you're gonna freak out.
Let's do it.
That's a 1.5-minute song that's got everything to do with what we're talking about right now.
This is Momo singing.
This is unexpected shit because nobody expects.
And this is shit that he writes off the cuff. And I'm like, how did you do that? It's amazing.
But really,
which one?
Well, the
spot, not the spot.
No, the
life's lessons.
The extra.
Shit.
What happens when you don't live your life as you should?
It's so good. Okay. Do it.
First, you need to tell me whether you hear this or whether I gotta go share here.
Okay.
I know whatever you did last time was super good. Scott is asking, is the party still going? Baby, the party is always going. We are celebrating.
But you know, at 55.
Your birthday's coming up, girl, in a couple of hours. I won't keep you on that long, but I did want to celebrate with you tonight. I'm so happy that you're here with us tonight. You're so amazing and gorgeous, and just the advice and the wisdom I am going to take with me for the rest of my life. And I am not even over exaggerating that. Like, you two are literally life changing in my life. And that's how I feel like the universe really, when you ask the universe, you can receive, you know, and
100%.
I manifested you two in my life.
We manifested you as well somehow.
Crila, we have a daughter. We have a daughter.
Aww.
Okay, let's see if this works. This is going to be fucked up, guys, because again, I'm previewing shit. You got to see the one-on-one shit that nobody got to see.
That was good. That was so good. It was a while I hadn't seen it.
So nobody's expecting this shit because this is my...
No, you're going to freak out.
This is my motivation shit. And I have a friend of mine who I've known for 45 years. His name is Slim Williams, an amazing...
Great guy.
Piano player, film track, soundtrack writer guy and shit. And so... he had sent me like just a stereo tracks of like just some grooves he had and shit that he wasn't using or whatever. And then I sent them back shit that sounded like this, right? Because I was in a particular mood about what
it's amazing.
So this one's called The Extra. And it's basically what happens Well,
You
here.
got to play life's lessons too, though.
Yeah, I will. Can you hear that?
What would you say if I told you that for your whole life, you will be an actor in somebody else's film? That everything you think you decided to do was not actually thought of by you. You may think you did it, but I'm here to tell you it's an edit, designed to make you regret it and start again as new parts get written. You'll get new scenes, ones you love and ones you hate. You'll get addicted, you'll get rejected. They might even kill you off in the middle of a season. All this edited by someone else and directed by you. Yeah, you. It's all true. Or is it that you forget who you really are because of the last edit? Where you choose to let the other people pass down your sentence as you debate about your fate instead of standing up for what you hate. That's okay. It's not really you. You still have a chance if you wanted to, in not becoming a lesser version of yourself and doing what you were born to do. You are the director after all. Cut.
Oh
Isn't that
my fucking god!
So cool. Do you want to hear one more?
I want to hear all of them. I want to hear it all.
Nobody, I've never
I just
played
scared
this.
Winston. Sorry, baby.
Is he freaking out?
No, I scared him. I made him jump. You see him?
Baby. don't
Hello,
be
baby.
scared. Hi.
He's a little sweet baby bear. Momo, stop it. That was
Right?
I
so.
went on a whole motivation kick where I started writing shit about life and
Oh,
what was
it's so
important.
good.
I
Play
like-
life's lesson or forgiveness. Oh my God. That's
No, here I'll
I-
play life's lesson because you don't expect. It's almost like a fucking R&B song. Like you're not expecting this shit, but the lyrics are fucked up. Check this shit out. Let me see.
So real quick, Lindsay says, seriously, what the fuck? I need to know what planet you guys spawned
I
from.
know it's hard to
Sorry. Go ahead.
You're fine.
Okay. You guys, are you guys ready for this? This
play
is
it. Play it.
exclusive on the Sunshine
Sunshine
Show.
Cantu.
Never been diffused to anybody, but very few people. Some of my friends I played it for here and there and stuff. But I think I'm ready now to kind of put it out soon.
You have to. You have
Okay,
to.
this is fucked up. This was the first one I did out of the bunch, right? So I was figuring the style. This one's called Life's Lessons. Okay, so I hope you guys like it. It's
Aw.
on the Sunshine Show. Here we go.
I know it's hard to admit when you're wrong, but this is life's lessons. You learn and you get strong. It might not feel good, but you're not the only one. Pull yourself together, brother, 'cause tomorrow's just begun. You gotta reach in and stop reaching out till you get it figured out. In the end, that's the best, no doubt. What makes you tick, now go scratch that itch. Why you still standing there? Stop thinking and go flip that switch. Your dreams and thoughts keep melting within themselves as you keep on living the grand illusion while dying alive among yourselves. So what's up with that? Why do we go for that? They made us do that? No, we let them do that. Who that? Do that? Why that like that? Seems like that's that. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are presently experiencing a total communication breakdown. When you bite more than you can chew, you're bound to get a chicken bone stuck in your windpipe. The same applies to the human mind. You are what you eat, you are what you see. You become what you hear, and if you're not careful, you'll thrive on fear. And when the information, options, and priorities lay before you, you'll have to decide what order they go in, and that will define you. It's much harder today when everyone just wants to play. Moving slow is the way to go. You're convincing yourself that it's part of the show. So how much did you pay for that ticket that turned you into a professional idiot? The one that clouded your vision and fucked up all your decisions. That turned you into the worst version of yourself, with no wealth of health and no love for thyself. You've become directionless and reckless. As the end becomes your best friend, you will finally see yourself just before your last breath. I know it's hard to admit when we are wrong, but this is life's lessons. You love, you learn, and you move on. I know it's hard.
There you go.
Oh
It's good, eh? Isn't it good?
Oh my God.
Do you want to hear?
God.
Do you want to hear one last one?
No.
For my birthday.
I
For my
want to hear them
birthday.
all. I want to read the comments while you're reading them up, though, Momo, because everybody's super fucking into this.
Right? It's
We-
so good. It's epic.
I'm pretty sure Momo was like, "Oh, are they gonna like it?" And says, "We're gonna fucking like it, Momo. Just
Yes.
put it on."
Exactly.
Matt says they are from Earth, but they are from the future.
Oh, he knows. That man knows.
Thank you.
Now, is this the guitar player, or I mean, the other bass player?
Who, Matt?
No, this is Music Fox.
Oh yes, music. Okay, I'm sorry, Mike, Matt. What's up, brother? Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's right in its face like that. I like that was good. You had the teeth. You had that lip, that Billy Idol lip.
Yeah,
went
that
up.
was good. That was good.
Let's see. Tiny says it's so hard to admit when you're wrong, but there is freedom in it.
Oh,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
it says on my arm, forgiveness is freedom. Like, and I believe in that. You have to forgive yourself, you have to forgive others, and then you will be free yourself.
I
Because
love-
that's
So
anchor shit.
much.
It's anchors. You every time you got something that's weighing you down, it's like, oh my God, why can't I move forward? I weigh so much. There's so many things holding me down, all these anchors and chains around my ankles and my neck and stuff, and then boom, you snip these things off it. Fuck, man. You can
You
move.
did this motivation video once about regret. It was
Yeah.
so good, and you said, and it's exactly the same thing. You said the shit merged in your face or something. I don't know how you said it, but it was so good. It was like regret has merged to you, and it's the same thing with like shame and not forgiving yourself. It merges to your personality and to your soul, and you have to let it go.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. So this is really cool because this is one of my oldest friends, So he sent me some stuff, and and then I did it all in like 2 days. I did like 8 songs. Boom! I just spit the shit out, and it was like I kept.
It's so good,
sent it to him.
so good.
It's, but
He's shy right now. You're
haven't-
so cute, Momo. No, really, you know how much I love that stuff.
I'm on a heavy mode, and that's my other mode, right? So I like all kinds of music. And that's my kind of mellower, deeper side. And Krila's got that kind of side too. And
Yeah.
and some of the new stuff we're about to put out. Oh fuck, people ain't ready for this shit, man. I'm telling you, it's
It's really
I'm
exciting.
very, very. I was telling Scott yesterday that just how happy I am about the new sound we got going, because it sounds like Mad Max went to like a techno rave in the middle of a like bigger than Burning Man shit. Like we're talking, and it's just gonna be like the three of us sounding that like that. I'm very, very happy with the sound that we're getting. And I gotta say, ever since I converted my bass six into a baritone guitar, my life has just the shit, it's just pounding. Wait, let me see this dog. Bring him to the screen.
Cute.
Bring him to the screen.
This is Tadpole Miles, the loneliest monk, and he's my little Mexican hairless. So he just only has this little mohawk here, and he's completely naked, and he's my
So cute.
best
Very
friend.
cute. He's very cute. I like the way you name your animals super long names. It's like, have you
Well,
noticed that?
Thelonious Monk, isn't he?
No, there's some other shit before it.
Oh, okay.
Tadpole, then Miles for Miles Davis, then Thelonious Monk, then
That's
Ken
amazing.
for my last name. Yeah. And
And
then
the
with Diego Nelson, Cantu. My mom, her name, she has like three middle. She's Sandra Julie, Carol, Martha, Munson, Cantu. Just
Wow.
fucking names, dude. Like,
That's amazing.
it trips me out. Quick comment, dude. What the fuck? I want to jump in your brain and fucking kick it and look around and get comfy, Momo. Oh, okay.
Many have tried.
It's a pretty simple place, but it scares some people apparently.
Simplicity.
And then we have a comment, Mad Max on Molly.
Sure.
No, really, it's a very, 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 very exciting kind of new sound.
Yeah.
I feel like it makes me feel like I'm like 18 again to play like that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Are you going to play us the new song?
Not yet, because we're dropping the vocals tomorrow.
Oh, got you. Okay. No
Yeah,
worries.
yeah.
We're dropping the vocals on Crila's birthday.
Should I be an asshole and play you a piece of the instrumental?
Why not?
Check this shit out. Okay,
Matt this is what the world is ready for now.
I'm just gonna take it up to like I'll just take it up to like say the chorus.
Okay.
And this is just rough right now because we're working on it, right? And so you guys are getting to experience some of the raw ass tracks. Just
Real time.
But I'm telling you, Scott, Crila, and I are particularly fucking happy about this direction for us, anyways.
Yeah.
And we hope that you like it. So, and let me put it to you this way too. What you're hearing here is I've come up with a technique that I do on my bass. When I play my 8 and 12 string bass, I'm kind of banjo picking this shit and doing some stuff, that's got a twirly kind of feel. But I'm getting to do that on my guitar right now. So with the extra strings and with some of these effects that I'm using, I'm really getting a synthy kind of rotating like fucking thing that really feels good under the fingers and for what it's doing, considering that it's just that. And then when it comes to doing power chords and shit like that, it's just, here we go. Let's see what.
Real quick before we get started, for the few people that may not know who you are or what kind of bass you utilize, could you tell us a little bit about that really quick before we listen to the track?
Absolutely. Okay, well, I'm look, I've been playing bass, producing, directing, editing for over like 40 years. And my main basses that I play that I'm kind of known for is I'm a music box artist that specializes in 8 and 12 string basses. So these are basses that have multiple octaves, 12 meaning that it has 2 octaves and a fundamental per string, and 8 meaning it has one less, so it's 1 octave, 1 fundamental per string. It's a very interesting instrument. It's a new style instrument that has only been around for less than 40 years. There's not that many people who play them in the world. They kind of got brought to the forefront with people like Cheap Trick. He was one of the original first guys to actually really be playing like a 12-string bass, as well as Doug Pinnick from King's X was also known for playing the 12-string bass. Very full sounding. One note sounds like a big ass chord, or depending on how you tune the octaves, you can really do some interesting stuff. So Music Vox is like the leader company in the world to be making these instruments brand new like this. Bulletproof killer shit. Matt Eichen is at the head of Music Vox. He's having his 25th year anniversary right now. And on our last time we talked, I talked about the movie My Friend Matt that I put together. That is really cool for his 25th anniversary. So, yeah, that's what I do. And now I'm getting into baritone. I'm calling it baritone guitar, but it's really like a 6-string bass. It's a bass 6. Now, a bass 6 is like a longer scale. It's like a short scale bass length, anywhere between like, I think it's like, from 27 to 30 inches in length when it comes to the scale. And, I put my strings, I think I'm like 14 to 63 or something like that is the width of my strings that I use on that. So it's a big, weighty, insane chords. And I get to tune B to B. So it's like playing a kind of like a 5-string bass with some extra strings in there for me.
Wow.
And I get to play kind of still like a regular guitar chordings and shapes and shit, but it's just fucking lower. You know what I mean? And I never thought I could have so much fun like doing that kind of stuff. So this is like Scott and I, like this is what we do with Crila, right? It happens like by the end of the day, we come up with the shit.
Yeah.
We build our sound, and I haven't heard this in a minute, so I hope it sounds all right. Let's hear you're definitely going to get to hear the smacking direction of it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Oh, that was my favorite.
Now, the next time you hear it, you'll hear it with vocals on it. But it's giving you an idea
Oh,
of the direction and shit. Very up-tempo, futuristic, kind of technoidy, and Crila has a very particular way of coming up with insane lyrics and melodies that are going to really go well.
Hey,
So,
Crila, do you write your lyrics?
fuck yeah.
yeah. It's my favorite thing to do in the world. Yeah.
She's she's one of the best fucking lyricists you'll ever fucking meet. For
Oh,
anything.
Momo.
No, I'm serious. She's
Sorry.
fucking really good.
I think you are, but
No.
Oh my God, you too. I can't. Okay, really quick. This is hilarious. I actually love this comment. And since it is the late night edition, I can totally say this. Tiny says, not to be crass, but this hits me in my pussy. Dear God, I wish I wasn't single.
oh my God.
I like to call that when
Female friendly.
Yeah, I like to call the music female friendly, and you can tell your friend that I am honored and so happy. And like Crila, Scott, and I are completely fucking thrilled right now because that means we have hit the female friendly button or whatever you want to call it. But it is. Thank you.
Well, you know, it's funny because that's the creativity of the world, right? Is that part and what she's talking about. And I think it's funny because for me, it hits me on a visual, sensory kind of like, I mean, I could just dream, you know, with this music. It's crazy. I know exactly what she means. It's it's very, very visual, creative. It grabs you and it doesn't let go.
She says she's just keeping it real.
That's fine. That's amazing. Basic.
We have Jessica Harper joining into the chat. She says, "Oh my God, I just tuned in, but whatever song this is, it is dope."
Coming through, one of one, man, one of one.
Wow.
We are very excited, and what can I say? It's gonna be a surprise because we've been talking, the three of us, about we're having meetings this week about the video and about the making of and shit that we're gonna show people how we're doing it and what's happening and whatnot.
Well, I'm so happy that you shared it. Like, it's really cool. It's a great.
Hey, what the hell? We're on the Sunshine Show, and this is a new world. 100% of nothing is nothing.
That's it.
So the universe wants to know if you're fucking around, right?
Right.
And if you're not fucking around, then when you have an opportunity like this, that's a natural thing. You're sharing it with the right people, then it's important that the universe receives a piece of what it is you've been hiding or working on so that, you know, everybody can feed into the same positive energy. There's nothing else. What are you going to do? Oh, here, look. Done. And then they're going to say,
I know, right?
I want to hear some more. Give me more.
So we have Matt asking a question in the comments. Did you discuss the earlier release that is an anthem for today's world? Crila, Momo, and I Still Believe should be re-released.
He loves that song.
He loves that song. It's a beautiful song.
It is a beautiful song.
Go ahead, Crila. We call each other Creepos, by the way, because our company is called Cremo. So
yeah.
every now and then I go, hey, Creepo.
Creepo for short.
we call ourselves Creepo for short.
Sometimes we call each other dude also. Yeah. But yeah, that's a really beautiful song. I mean, it had three lives so far. And I mean, we may re-release it one day, right, Momo? Yeah. It's a beautiful song.
It's a phenomenal song.
Okay. I think that what he loves about it is that it's kind of like an anthem for musicians. You know, there's a line in there that goes, you know, I sold my wings and my halo, but I kept my guitars. You know, so basically it's about all the compromises that you have to go through as a creator, and then, you know, what kind of like what's left, you know, and what's left is your belief, and what's left is you know, your belief and love. You know, those are the things that you come to terms with when, you know, when you've gone through everything else. You say, well, like Momo said before, either you become bitter or either you grow and you become, you know, what you're supposed to be, which is a human, which, you know, we're powered by love, you know. And it's funny, somebody told me the other day that like all the negative in the world is just, it's not a negative and it's not evil, it's a lack of love. That's all there is. It's like a hole that doesn't have love in it. And, you know, I think that that's what Matt loves about that song.
I think that we just love everything about the two of you. We have a
Aw.
question here. Let's see. It says, hold on. How often are you guys hit up for threesomes?
Actually, that's funny. It definitely has happened that we've been hit up, but we didn't know. We didn't realize until like, you know, like dangerously close, you know, so we, that's all I'm going to say about that. But there's been times where we were like, oh, is that what's going on? Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah.
All
But
good.
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yes. Matt says Crila is a quiet, unsung hero in conversation, but have you seen her command the stage in arena shows? And this is what we were talking about. You guys, I know we're going over 2 hours. It's Crila's birthday bash. So if you guys were not here for the first 2 hours, let me catch you up really quick. Crila and Momo met on the subway back in fucking 1984, okay? And they have been doing amazing shit since then. They have fucking sold out arenas. They have dwelled into a totally different aspect of music that nobody has ever thought of before. They are creating things that do not exist. That is the two of these people that we have here with us tonight. So if you're hanging out with us, you guys are in the right fucking spot because these two people are geniuses and there's a lot to learn, baby.
Wow, thank you so much.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
beautiful. Wow.
Thank you.
What
So
can
Matt-
we say?
So Matt says Crila is a brilliant studio artist, an amazing
Aw.
performer, and a fantastic singer.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you so much.
And Tiny says become love. And Lynn says it's called the G-spot, Momo.
Yeah. No, we know the G spot.
Don't worry, I think he's got shit covered.
I know it. I know that spot, man.
Oh my god, you guys, I have had such a good fucking time. We're going over 2 hours. I know that time is precious, and I know that you two have a lot to do before the big 55 happens in about an hour or so. Crila, I want you to give me your best piece of advice, not only for myself, but for the audience and everybody at home that's listening, whether it is musician related or just life in general. I would love to know what your best piece of advice would be.
Well, I would say at 55, in a few minutes, is it a few minutes? Yeah, actually, I am 55 now.
Wait,
in Canada.
is it 12?
Not yet in Canada, but not yet where you are. So
oh my
that's
god,
good.
happy birthday. Wait,
Thank you.
we need to do the should we sing happy birthday, Momo?
Dude, I don't think he does that.
I don't sing happy birthdays to people.
doesn't really
I
do
don't
that.
either, but I don't
It's
either,
okay.
but I'm
Just
going
say
to.
it. Just say it. You don't have to sing it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear beautiful, most magnificent, most amazing and talented and gorgeous Crila LaForest. Happy birthday to you.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you for celebrating your
Thank you.
birthday with us. That means
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you for having me. I mean, you know, you just kicked my birthday off in such a beautiful, amazing, positive way. Thank you.
You're so welcome, girl. Oh my God. I love you so much.
I love you
Everybody,
too.
everybody in the comments, happy birthday, happy birthday,
Thank
happy birthday.
you.
We love
Thank
you all
you.
so much. So I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
but I had to
actually,
say
that's
happy
great.
birthday. So your best piece of advice that you could give to the audience at home watching and the people listening on the podcast.
Yeah, it's hard to like, just kind of narrow it to one thing, but I would say that I think everybody will get to a point where they feel, I was telling you earlier before, I finally feel like I've earned the right to be solid in this universe, and I think everyone could come to that place if they're true to themselves. I mean, I don't know if that sounds corny or not, but if you're true to yourself, if you put love first, if you if you're kind to others, kind to yourself, forgive yourself, give yourself time, because it takes time to get there. But I think that, look forward to the time where you will feel, yourself. And I think that's the most incredible thing to be as a human on this earth, living the human experience, is to become truly yourself, because everyone else is taken, right? So you have to be yourself, and that's the only way to feel truly solid in this place, because there's so much going on, and there will be things to knock you off track, but you have to know that it's coming.
But Crila, we all just want to be like you.
Shut up.
I tell her that every day.
You guys.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. Comment really quick. Seriously, amazing episode. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, Crila.
Thank you.
Both of you are absolutely amazing souls. Clearly, I have so much love for you both after 2 hours of you guys dropping some fucking wisdom.
I love it. Thank you so much. And it was such a great, experience to be with you, to share your energy and to get to know you. You're an amazing spirit.
Thank you.
You really are.
She also says, have a good night, new mom and dad.
Bye, good night, sweetie.
Bye, guys.
Good night, Lynn. We love you so much. Momo, I know that you gave us advice last time that you were on. Can you also grace us with either the same piece of advice or a different piece of advice that you have for all the people listening at home?
Becoming yourself is the ultimate goal. And, we've never been in a more visual and audio kind of bombardment situation. It's everywhere. When you're walking in the streets, when you're on a bus, you see it on the signs, you see it on the giant billboards, you see it when you turn on your internet, it's in your feeds. This is all sub information that is hitting your cortex and is being registered in your brain. You must understand that 90% of that shit will mean nothing in the end. So one needs to truly understand that as early as possible, so that they can just constantly walk towards their true future for what they were meant to be. Yet let us not mistake gaining experience with constantly making the same mistakes, right? And this is the kind of thing. An experience is there so that you learn a lesson, and it is a lesson learned so that you could move forward to the next block. Without that, you don't have a solid foundation. And it's that easy. None of this shit matters. What matters is you feeling good so you can make the people beside you feel good.
Right.
And those people will make other people feel good. And then you'll be in your own clique of feel good people. It's just what it is. If you can't if you constantly have things happening to you that you are not happy with, you must be the problem. And when you admit that, and I'm not insulting anybody, it's not about being hard on yourself. It's about admitting that there is something that you are doing that keeps making the same kinds of situation manifest. It's not like, you have a homing device on you that just keeps bringing the situations into you because you're like a magnet for shit. You know what I mean? So it's up to you to recognize that and move forward and know that you are a beautiful person with phenomenal possibilities. And those possibilities, there's not that many steps to get there when you learn it. That's the thing. After the tutorials and the learning, it's just the execution that happens.
Exactly.
All that shit becomes background stuff. The years that it took you to learn all that shit doesn't even exist anymore because it's in you now. Therefore, the only thing that can stop you is you. And you listening to the wrong advice or the wrong shit or thinking that shit actually matters to your future when it really doesn't. They're just words and sentences that are put together by other humans, like other people, that just say something. So, let's react on this. It must be true. It's on
Yeah,
TV.
yeah.
Like,
Reacting.
you gotta be fucking kidding me, right? None of this shit is true. It's all a point of view. I'm not even gonna call it fake, or I'm not even gonna say everybody's a freaking liar, right? It's their point of view, and it doesn't suit the people's point of view that it doesn't suit. That's it. Stay to your own business, do your own shit, watch what happens.
You guys,
Fuck.
like
Hey.
Matt says, diamonds for free. If you guys are hanging out here tonight, you guys don't even have to pay for the therapy session, okay?
Oh no.
Momo and Crila are our therapists for the evening.
There you go. Look, if you're ever messed up with somebody on an interview, I'm gonna be. By the way, guys, I'm gonna be tag teaming with Cantu on a few interviews coming up and stuff like that. We're gonna
So
be.
cool.
I
Yeah,
know this is my new co-host, you guys.
You know,
You know
and
what
what's
I'm saying?
You know what I love about that too? I get to do research on the guests, right? So that I can bounce around with you and stuff. And I'm looking forward to that.
It's gonna be ridiculous.
They're playing guest tennis with you, right?
I have some wild musicians that are coming up that I've interviewed so far. I like to really go for the most unique and most, I'm just drawn to uniqueness. Like if you're a regular person like everybody else, I'll still like we can still kick it, but like I'm just drawn to people that are different. And so there's a few people I've sent Momo's way that I'm like, well, I have an interview with this, check it out and see what you want to do with it. But they're pretty interesting people.
Wow.
We're doing it.
That's gonna be so
I'm
cool.
calling you tomorrow, and we're gonna lock it all in, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I want to thank you again for everything you're doing for everybody out there. And
Yes.
your contagious energy. Your mother did a fantastic job bringing the sunshine out like that.
And my real name is Sunshine.
That's so amazing.
My name is Sunshine Jessica Cantu because my mama wanted me to have her middle name's Julie, so she's Sandra Julie. Cantu would be the short of like her full name, so she wanted us to have the same initials, so that's why she named me Sunshine Jessica. So
That's
love you, Mom.
Such a gift.
Beautiful,
What a gift.
beautiful.
And then we have talks here of you guys starting, maybe you guys need to start a religion, a cult possibly, we'll look into that.
Oh my God.
But look into that, and you can manage that, sweetie,
Yeah.
and make that happen. That's like,
Crila can be the
That's
face of the cult, okay? Okay, guys, we've been going for about 2.5 hours. We're gonna wrap this up because Crila has a birthday to celebrate. On the count of three, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and say bye. Are there any last things that we want to say before we wrap this up, or we're good to go?
Just thank you, love you.
and I love you, baby. More than anything.
I love you too, Momo.
And
You too! Oh my God! I can only wish and hope and dream that one day I too can find somebody a partnership and a relationship as beautiful and amazing that as you two have, and you just
You
like
will.
are like
Here's how this is gonna work, okay?
You 100% will.
What you need to do is the next time you meet somebody that you're interested in, you need to say, here's what's gonna happen. I'm hooking you up with an interview with Crila and Momo. Right. What's going to happen is Krila's going to be the good cop and I'm going to be the bad cop. And then what's going to happen is going to be like out of control.
We should switch it for one day. You should be
What?
the good.
I'll be the good cop. And you
I'll be the bad cop.
good. I would love to interview people for your
Oh
relationship.
my God. Yeah.
we're doing this. So you guys, everybody that's watching, listening at home, it's the dating show with Momo, Crila, and Sunny C.
Don't mess with this girl, otherwise you're going to be dealing with me here, and that's a problem. I play 12-string bass, and my head, when I swipe you in the side of the head with it, it's not going to. It's not.
No, Bobo. Calm down. No swiping of the 12-string bass.
I can't even. You guys, Crila just turned 55 years old. This woman is amazing. I don't mean to keep bringing up numbers because like they say, age ain't nothing but a number. And obviously in this situation, like I know everybody's saying vampire, this and that. I asked Momo last time what the secret was to looking so young, because you both look just so incredibly amazing for your age. And he said that it's happiness and being able to wake up next to somebody that you love and just like smiling your way through life. And like that really hit me hard. And every day I wake up, I have a smile on my face because I have my piggy and I have my little dog. And you know, that keeps me happy and motivated no matter what else I have going on in my life. But just knowing that true love does exist and it is out there. And you guys, I just love you so much and thank you for all the inspiration that you guys bring to the world.
Thank you. And thank you for what you do. It's awesome. Really, really cool.
Absolutely. I can't wait to have you back on again, Crila. I want to like get more into the 3D. We didn't really get to talk too much about your career. We're so busy talking about.
You can check out what she does on her Instagram or on cremomedia.com. You can see some really cool shit.
But I mean, like I said to you before, for me, it's a love story, and my work is linked to that. So if you know that, then you know what there is to know, and then you could check out the rest,
So we will be drinking drinking some water after this episode, okay?
You're getting lost after this episode.
I will be dropping the links for all of Krila's work in the comment section for you guys to go check out after the show. Please go and subscribe and follow Momo and Crila and 1 to 1 and all the awesome things that they have coming out in the future. We're going to get this wrapped up. I love all of you guys so much. Everybody at home, everybody that's listening, everybody that's been participating. Thank you all. Be kind. You never know what people are going through. Stay safe out there. Keep fucking rocking and rolling. On 3, we're going to say bye, guys. Are you ready?
Okay. Yep. I think so. Yeah.
All right.
Here we go. 2, 3. Peace out.
I love you all so much.